It's been 2 months since I quit my career and I haven't been earning ever since. And for that time, I was just messing around. I went to a festival. I went to two festivals actually, which were quite fun. I had a blast. One was Exit, the other one was Free Earth Festival. One was EDM, the other one was Psytrance, and it was on the beach. And I still wear the bracelet because it was very soon. And besides going to festivals, I'm literally transforming my life. I started going to the gym, and the changes, I actually started liking to go to the gym, like to lift weights, to feel more powerful, to take care of my body. And also, I'm starting to, I guess, create it as a lifestyle. I talk to the people there, it's fun. I kind of have a crew, and I'm starting to lean more on people instead of just leaning on myself like I used to do. And that aside, the reason that I quit my freelancing career was because, first of all, I didn't like programming. One part of me liked that because I was solving complex problems rationally. But as time go on, and this chair is annoying because it's spinning all the time. And as time goes on, I guess I started to grow as a person, and that was not just the only thing that I needed. I needed more human connection. I wanted to do something more interactively. That's not just programming. And I guess I was stuck with the same client, which was good. I was stuck with the same clients for 2 years. And I guess I could have also solved this just by changing clients and working on something that I did really like. But I wanted to make a big change in my life. I quit everything. After I quit everything, my Upwork got suspended, so I don't got an option B, at this time. So I gotta start all over again from start and starting a career that I'm, passionate about, that I want to pursue at. So all these 2 months, I guess, gave me time to just focus on myself and understand all these changes that I experienced in Bali, especially the emotional changes when I started to feel and understand that I'm not just my thoughts and what I think I am, but I also have these emotions. I have needs. I'm a social being, I'm a social animal. Let's say that it's not just what I think, it's what I feel and what I want. And, also higher things like, I want to have impact on the world. I want to work on something that's purposeful and meaningful, and I want to work as well. So I want to achieve all these different things that I'm feeling and thinking through my career and make it my career, you know, make my career around lifestyle, that it's not just work that I do for money, but it's like a whole life that incorporates all of me. So quitting my job, quitting my career allowed me to focus and see all these things from different perspectives. And when I started to get into content creation, I guess I was seeing it as just one thing, but now I see it a bit more clearly, like Instagram, TikTok, YouTube, X, whatever. They're just platforms where that you use to get in touch with people, to connect with people. Kind of like when I was using Upwork, because it's a specific platform, specifically where people have needs for a digital service, and people that can supply that digital need come and they just connect, and it's just business, and that's it. And it's pretty focused. There's not a lot of things going on in specific for that need. But Instagram, one, is like a social tool where you can use to connect with people, just talk to them and so on. Otherwise, like, you can also use Instagram as a platform for your business to reach out people, but in a more social manner, not kind of like Upwork, like someone says, oh, I need this, and you're like, hey, I can, provide you with that. Instagram is more like, you need to understand, I guess, people a little bit more, and like you have to say, all right, I can satisfy this need, and then you build trust with the people, and people start, connecting with you. So you're kind of like attracting people by knowing your business needs, I guess, the needs of your clients and audience. But that aside, I started looking at life and business a little bit differently, and I wanted to catch that perspective and this phase that I'm going through, and just immortalize it in a way. So, when I'm a little bit older and I'm like looking at myself, I just want to have this to remind myself on the things that I was going through, the challenges that I had, especially with money, and understanding, that having a house, having, friends and people around you that and you can trust, as well as, having your basic biological needs, like shelter, clean water, a roof, food, yes, all those necessities. It's very important, because if you have those, you can manage this phase. And I guess the money is not that relevant. You still need it for some things, but you start to learn to spend less, because I have some money on the side. I still manage somehow. And it's interesting how I put a priority on going to a festival and spending 300-400 euros there on the festival, and I had 500 euros for the whole month. So it's interesting how that was a very big important need for me to go travel and go talk to a lot of people and like change your environment and socialize a lot and get all these new different ideas. And I guess that's also a big need for me. But the main reason that I created was this video was because I wanted to share this insight on how I view business, how I view people. And people and businesses usually connect through one thing, which is need. And people with people also connect through needs most of the time. Like, if you have a need, like a more universal need, like for example, people have the need, let's say, for security, like but let's be a little bit more specific. I guess I just need time to think of something specific. This is a good example. Let's say our group of people are rich people, and these rich people, some of them have a need to connect with interesting crowds, young people, especially young and beautiful women. And they go travel outside, like they go to Bali to have some good time. And because they're there for time, they have certain amount of time, and they want to be more effective. What they do, they want to satisfy these needs. They go reach out to people that can satisfy those needs. And these people are serving that needs, like promoters. Promoters are serving the need to introduce rich people to young and beautiful women in the club where they can interact and yes, potentially make deeper and more intimate connections, or just different kind of connection depending on what they want. You have the client, which is the investor, like the rich guy that comes with the money and has this need to meet young beautiful women. And you have the promoter that lives there and usually has a good crowd of young beautiful women that hang out with him all the time. What they do, this rich guy says, hey, I need this, and he's like, yep, I can provide you. This is the amount of money that it's going to cost you, and this is what you can expect, and this is what I need from you. And he says, all right, that sounds good. They shake hands and they make a transaction, and then it's delivery. They meet in the club. The promoter invites all his girlfriends to the club. The investor pays for the service and also pays for the bottle service and everything. And after that, the night continues, so on, so on. So they're both happy. And this is how needs connect people. And it's interesting how this promoter might have different needs. One is the need for money, other is the need to seek out, how do I say, social status. Other is to party, other is like to interact with girls, and like his position also a need to interact with rich people and like make connections. He can satisfy all these needs just by having that position where he does whatever he does. I was thinking on the festival about what need I would like to satisfy. What would I like to do for the people? And I guess inspiration came, and I do think that sometimes people need inspiration to transform their life. Like hear a transformation story from someone that transformed their life, then that will inspire them to make a change in their life as well. and transform your life as well. And I guess my perspective on how business and human interaction work was specifically needs. The business serves a specific needs, and people with those needs come and they connect and they make business transaction. I guess if I want to make a business that's very successful, I just gotta find one need that people have and find a way to satisfy their need, and then say just use social media all the time once this is set, and just speak about your need and make it in a way so that people know what kind of need you satisfy, and people will come to you on their own. You don't even need to do anything besides just become this brand, this vision that you are satisfying those needs. And when people need, like when people see, and people that they have that need see you, then they're gonna come to you and see if they could afford to satisfy their needs and would like to trust you with your product, service, and would like to trust you with their needs. And yeah, that's about it. Let's see if I have something else. I had like a little structure. It's been 1 month surviving. Modest looks your business, how people, especially business, social psychology. Alright, so I have two things to say. One of it was the ending, which is I want to end it with uncertainty and hope. Another was my personal experience. During these 2 months where I was understanding myself, my needs, how I as a human being, function, it helped me understand people a little bit more and deeply. And by understanding my needs, that's how I saw the needs of different people and how they're satisfying their needs and the way that they do it. And I guess just that part helped me understand business and people a little bit more. And to be honest, right now, I guess I'm looking at two different paths, or maybe just one that's gonna flow. One is looking for an opportunity that's gonna not go along, but take me to the path that I want to go on, that contributes to my goal. Another is create that opportunity. And as I was walking on my, and as I was walking home, just I guess half an hour ago, I had this idea. I can start by finding this opportunity, and then as I work on that and I get more insight and everything, I slowly start working on my own opportunity that will satisfy all the needs that I specify. Instead of looking for this specific opportunity that I want, which is I want to make connections with rich people, like one-on-one. I want to have a closing position where I close a client and I get bonus out of it, and I form a relation with the person that I'm closing as well. And then I want my job position to also have a certain kind of product that when I close the client is paying like retention or something ongoing, so that I get passive income. So every close that I make is also creating this passive income that I'm gonna be receiving all the time, and that kind of also puts me in a position where I have to re-engage with the client every now and then and like form a connection with him, a personal human connection where we build trust and everything. And I guess those are all the things that I want. And then potentially, this is not like a must, these things are high priority, and medium priority would be my job. No, this is actually also high priority. I should be able to dictate my own schedule so that I still have this freedom and I can still do content creation and pursue my vision. Eventually, I get to a lifestyle where I probably travel every month and a half to a different country, find a girl there that is gonna walk me through the whole country. I pay everything for her, and she's also assisting me with recording and telling me all the places. I kind of like create this video of this place, and I also interact with a girl, which is interesting. Maybe on that way I'm gonna find my future wife. And I'm in a position where I get to travel every month and a half. I do this content creation side hustle that I'm doing personally, and then I have this job that's paying my bills and helping me with business connections and so on and so on. What I was saying was optional was potentially the job should put me in a position where I'm supposed to meet the client in a different location so that the business that I work for covers all my travel expenses. And it's an interesting way how everything can connect. But that's optional because if I have the money and freedom, I'm just gonna travel on my own and I'm gonna work online and I'm gonna be still closing and making connections, and I'm still gonna be recording and editing and posting, which is fun. And the other direction was actually one was to find this opportunity, the other one was to create this opportunity. And now when I think about it, I'm still, maybe I can do both. But to be honest, I'm not 100% certain if this is gonna be the opportunity that is gonna get me started on my new career journey. But what I did was I visualized, I set intention, and I'm waiting for the opportunity to come, and I'm still, exploring. I want to do a little bit research as well to see if I can start applying for a job. But also yesterday a job opportunity came. The boss of the fitness, like the gym that I go at, also has his content creation, not content creation, but like a filming studio. He's doing like weddings and marketing locally and stuff. He invited me, like he just put this out there. I don't know, I'm not 100% sure that he told me maybe that we can work together and I can do these BTS shots of him while he's in the weddings and how that thing goes. Like an opportunity already started when I'm working in the field direction that I wanted. Like more opportunities are gonna come my way, and because I know where I'm going, I know what's right for me, I know what I want, and I can easily filter out opportunities that are taking me to my path and take me away. If it's taking me away, I'm not gonna take it, but if it's getting me closer, I'm gonna most likely accept. I'm not sure how things gonna go, and it's fun how I'm down to my last 50 euros. I guess I have decisions to make, and I have to solve this situation with the Swiss people because they still owe me around $2,000 and they still haven't paid that. So we're in touch, but I guess they're 3 weeks, 4 weeks since I reached out to them and they said send an invoice and they still haven't paid it. I'm down to my 50 euros and I gotta make some financial decisions because it's still money is it's a space for breathing because I want to go outside and buy food. Like I want to buy some food and meat and tell, okay, grandma, can you prepare this so I can still go together with I can still grow my body because I don't have a proper diet and food. What's the point of going to the gym, right? I'm not sure how things are gonna go from here, but I do hope that everything is gonna go the right way. Let's just see how.